Hi everybody, it's your old mate Annalise, and I wanted to talk about the practice of ancestral karma prostrations that probably I'm about to embark on. When I said probably, it's probably the reason you're watching this is because I'm about to do a round of AKP, and I'm sharing this video to help you understand what it is and see if it's something that you're into. So ancestral karma prostrations is a powerful physical but also kind of quite a powerful energetic vibrational practice. We use mantra, and mantra vibrates the body, and it helps us to loosen the hold that the mind and that karma and everything has on the physical somatic body. So for me, that's where it's at its most powerful, that we are resonating the body and moving it in a prostration. So we move through a full body prostration, working through the sagittal plane and the frontal plane through the central axis. So we are aligning both hemispheres of the brain. So it's a beautiful piece of brain gym, a beautiful way to work both hemispheres of the brain at the same time. So what it kind of does, what I've noticed that it does, is it the way that our mind and our thought forms and our ego inhabit our body and keep us sort of rigid in these physical patterns but also mental patterns. They're inextricably linked. That's a fact. And if you haven't worked that one out yet, then maybe this is the practice for you. Or maybe even just start thinking about what that would be, how the mind and the body are physically linked. And so using mantra and using this form, we're loosening the grip that the ego, the constructed self, has on us. And the ego and the constructed self is a circumstantial construct to a point, and genetic. So I don't think that it's no longer a case of nurture or nature. It's definitely both. And so when we're vibrating, we're loosening the constructed self, which is that genetic imprint, as it imbues the physical body and then relates to the mental body, and then that societal, familial construction of self-identity that we create from birth. And that gives us a little bit of space for the essential nature, which is our, and this is where it gets spiritual, our soul or our spirit has that chance to re-inform the being of its purpose, re-inform the being of its true nature, of its reality. So, did you get that? Hope that wasn't too much. The beautiful thing about this practice, depending when you're watching this, the practice that comes in November is that we finish, and it's always constructed this way, to end on Christmas Eve. And I can tell you from experience, there is nothing better than walking into family Christmas and knowing that your gift is something that you have been working on for 40 days prior to that day, and you have been working with love and care and compassion and divine beings and the ancestors in such a deep and profound way. For me, it's profound. Profound is the word. It's mind-blowing. Or you might be joining us with the one in March, which is a lovely way to head into, if you're in the southern hemisphere, head into winter. What else would I like to say about this? We do work with divine beings, so whoever your homies are, you know, it might be Jesus, it might be Kuan Yin, it might be Shiva, it might be Ganesh, it might be Muhammad, it might be Krishna, it might be, who might it be? It might be Mother Mary, it might be the Lady of the Lake, it might be Gaia, you know, whoever you have an affinity with, and especially if you've got an affinity with a divine being and never cultivated a relationship, the Buddha, that's just, Buddha was like, excuse me, what about me? Sorry. So if you got an affinity with the divine being but never journeyed with them, this is a really beautiful practice. And if you have journeyed and do walk with a divine being, this is a way to supercharge that connection, superpower that connection. I'm not really, I don't know, I really hope that I just never ever have to do any marketing ever, and this just reaches the people that wants to hear about it, need the practice, or want to work in this way. It is, I think for me, it's quite a high level practice. It's a commitment to 40 days, which is in itself quite a calling of mastery. Yeah, and my aspiration is just to work with people in a really genuine, caring way, and we work in a container, an online container. We work to 108 prostrations. So you might be starting with 5 and you might be working your way up to 108. You might be already at 108 and then working your way through to that. So it's a gentle process wherever you want it to start, and eventually we all end up doing 108. And there are also ways of modifying the prostration so that it is accessible to all bodies. So I thought I'd just leave you now. Thank you for watching. I thought I'd leave you with the chant, the mantra, which is Maha Mrityunjaya mantra, and it's one that, if you do this, it will change your immediate family's life, because your family will hear you chanting it and it will start to become part of their psyche. And that I can speak from experience, and also from the experience of other people that I've journeyed with this. But anyway, I'm going to finish with Maha Mrityunjaya mantra, and it goes like this. Oh, before I do, is that a skull on my shirt? Yeah, it's a skull on my shirt. I just realized how big it is. It's like, all right, here we go. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Uvarukamiva Bandhanam Mityormukshimam Rita. Go well, and yeah, hit me up if the AKP tickles your fancy. It would be wonderful to do a journey with you, and actually we need to change the world right now. We need to change the world right now. We need to free ourselves and everybody else from all of this bullshit karma that's been created. So let's go. We're in here for the liberation and the snacks. Peace.